lastly, I'll read, these were poems of lament that I wrote on the death of a very beloved daughter who died in 1991. And I'll just read a few of these and then hand over to Anne. Hearse. When you were lifted from the hearse, a swan rose from the river. I felt its wing beat in my breast. I knew the purpose of its flight. It was like nothing known before or since, because no birth could prepare us for this. When the sun rose on Easter Day, we saw you laid on marble. Your soft hair hid the stain where death's hand struck you down. Our ravaged gaze was only for you, for the bloom of winter on your brow, for the wild honey hidden in your eyes, for your lips' tender curve, for the fading glimmer of your hair, for the moonshine in your skin. Now I look for you in lands without season, in pools full of empty shells, where the small red crab hides and the lovebird wriggles in his cave. If a bird ruffles its wings, I cry, there she is. If a petal lifts to a passing dragonfly, I call, look, quick. If a worm turns in its blind coil, I whisper, see her, here she is. I am caught in grief's net, flung in air so dense with pain, my bright gills squeeze and drown my breath. I am played for death's food. He reels me in and schools me to his will. But luminous as a fish, you float transcendent in seas of pearl. Comets or chariots, you ride smoothly, a free skater on ice, kind as silver, caressing your bones. And this one is called Healing. The cuckoo nests behind Capacci Moor. He rings out his bold salute without fear or favour. Perhaps you hear him. I no longer dread his cry, seeing him marked with death, feeling fragile shells crushed as the nest is emptied. The grass is scented. Seed pods swell. The oak trees we planted nourish acorns. I stand under their shade and admire abundance. I see your profile, etched between earth and sky. Some call this healing. Where it came from, I cannot tell. As if a cloak were thrown to hide the shadows, allow sunlight to enter and frost to melt. As if my heart softened in its heat, like liquid wax shaping candles that rediscover light. And then this one I wrote, which is about grief in its general sense, and it was written after seeing the copy of a painting by a Travelarius by Sanchedo, which reflects the terrible tragedy of the disappeared in Argentina. And it was a painting of two shoes. I saw there were shoes held tight in muslin bags. Each embraced the other like devoted lovers, not waving or shouting salutes, but silent and stern. They had gathered in heaps among branches and leaves, plastic cans, ragged strips of cloth, and once among them floated a hand with two fingers missing. When they were harvested one by one, or still on the feet that wore them, they became the silent ones, whose throats cannot sing, whose feet do not dance to old tunes, who will not hurry to school or prayer, or to buy black beans in the village store. When the flood came, their mothers watched from the shore, smiling to see what the current bore. Toy boats bobbing on a tide, out for a Sunday sail. They waved as their flesh floated by. Now every day they thank God that they have come so far, though their journey was terrible and haunted by fear. They could scarcely lift their heads to check the star that beckoned them. They moved like burdened beasts, their backs bent under the weight of their past, They bent so low, it seemed the earth must claim them. They never rested. At night they heard each other groan, and could not offer comfort, but turned this way and that to escape the sound of breathing. Once they saw a gleam of light. It pierced the gloom, and their hearts stopped their frantic beat, and they whispered, "Look, this moment we remember peace."